right? And so now I got to work my way back up. And so, hey, that's really, what it is. And consistency, I know in the long run is going to play out in my favor, especially because as I grow with the AI stuff, I'm going to be able to put more intention in here. So I just got to make sure I don't take my foot off the gas ever again.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Walk to Wealth podcast. If you're tuning in on YouTube or any of the podcast directories, make sure to do yourself one teeny tiny little favor and make sure to give us a follow because I don't want you to miss out on any of the amazing episodes I got coming out this year. Without further ado, let's get right into this one. This is going to just be a quick recap episode, man. I've been MIA and I just want to let you guys know what's been going on in my life, explain to you guys what's been happening, and just be transparent. So, as you guys know, I haven't been posting any solo episodes recently. I was originally, and then I stopped, and then let me take you guys back in time because we were going strong. So around September, October, November of last year, and we were going up and up and up and up. We hit November, I think, 1,100 downloads. That was my most downloads ever. We were doing good. We had a lot of momentum, and then guess what? It was time to start planning my challenge. On top of that, I went to Guatemala for almost about 3 weeks almost, and so that ended up messing me up a whole lot. Like it messed up my whole schedule. And while I was there, I was doing a lot of traveling, so I wasn't really focused on being on my computer or on my phone or anything like that. And then on top of that, the times that it was to focus on doing the challenge. Now I'll fill you in on more of the challenge in probably another episode, but man, I went to Guatemala. I stopped posting weekly episodes, and I should have had episodes edited, ready to go. But I was also at a time where, so my original editor Ezekiel, he pretty much like left me in a bad spot. And not to talk bad about Ezekiel, but like, we ended up going separate ways, and I was in a position where we were backed up, like almost a month and a half of like work that just didn't get done. And so like we were really behind in terms of the amount of content that we had edited. I already had tons of podcast episodes recorded, but none of them were edited and ready to drop. And I probably could have just done it myself, honestly. I probably could have, but like as I said, I was traveling and I was planning for my challenge. I didn't really focus on my AI stuff. And so um I was like, damn. So then I had to start planning the challenge. I was going away to another country, and I had to go find a new editor. Then the new editor I got, he couldn't keep up with the workload. He sold me a dream, and I had a feeling because like he worked full time. Like he has a remote job, but he worked, and then on top of that, he had two other clients who he was creating content for. On top of trying to create all of my content, and honestly, like yeah, he could not keep up with the workload, and it just sucks. That didn't put me in a situation because by the time I got back home, there was only a few weeks left before I got home the 25th, if I'm not mistaken, the 25th and the 26th. It's just like there's only 1 week left before the new year, right? And then on top of that, I had like a week, and then it was a challenge. So I had to start going into promotion mode so I can get as many people registered as possible into the challenge. And I had to start figuring out who I'm going to hire for my next editor because the second one I hired wasn't able to keep up with the workload. And I had a feeling, but I should listen to my gut. But now I know. And then from there, I ended up finding a new editor to work with. And so I was kind of like juggling two. I was like onboarding the new one and then finishing up working with the last one and then working on the challenge. And then from there, right, the challenge, I had over 570 people registered for that. And it was multiple days. I was doing a whole lot, and just like it was just too much for me to kind of all deal with and manage the podcast at the same time. So for me, it was just like, man, I can only do but so much, right? Um, I gotta focus. And I seen a Layla Hamosi quote, and it was like, you have to realize that there's gonna be seasons of your life where you can't do everything 100%, where you can't give it your all and all the things that you want, and that's okay, right? And in that season of my life, it was challenge mode, and so I had to go zero dark 30. Had to lock in, put my head down, and plan and execute on the launch, right? And honestly, it went pretty decent. I could have been a lot better. I have a lot to improve on, but I was focusing on the challenge, and so the podcast had to get put on the back burner, right? I always say the AI stuff fulfills my pockets, the podcast fulfills my purpose. But if I don't have anything fulfilling my pockets, I won't be able to do the podcast, right? So I'm using like my AI business to help fund what I got going on here. Because ideally, like in the future, I'm not sure when or how exactly it's gonna happen, but I'm gonna start transitioning out of the AI stuff and transition more into the podcasting. But I need the AI business to grow to a point where I have the money to hire and leverage out, so I could put more time, energy, and effort into this. That's my goal, right? And so that's why I have been so inconsistent. That's why I haven't been posting so many solo episodes, like or any like episodes. As you can see, I've been a lot more consistent now. More solo episodes are gonna be on the way. I'm letting you know right now. I got some fire coming up for you guys. I just wanted you guys to know like what's been happening, what's been going on, and why I haven't been there as much with the podcast. And full transparency, like my numbers went dropped significantly from like 1,100 downloads. I think in January we got like 100 right downloads, and so it's like that's a significant drop. And so now, I mean, I've been posting 3 a week again, pretty consistently, but all the listeners that I once had in November are nowhere to be found, right? So now I got to rebuild that momentum, and this is the the part of entrepreneurship that no one really talks about, right? Just it sucks for a while, man. It sucks. As I said, like it took me forever to break 1,000 downloads, and now I'm back to getting only two something a month. Like I was at stuck at two something a month for like a year and a half almost, right? And so now I gotta work my way back up, and so hey, that's what what it is, and consistency I know in the long run is gonna play out in my favor, especially because as I grow with the AI stuff, I'm gonna be able to put more intention here. So I just gotta make sure I don't take my foot off the gas ever again. I promise you, there's not gonna be any more hiatuses. I'm all in, and so I just wanted you guys to know a little bit of an update. So that's pretty much all for this episode. Make sure to follow. Make sure to hit that like button, man. And I got some more fire solo episodes coming out for you guys. So stay tuned. I just want to give you a quick update as to what's been going on in my life, and more series as well to come. So see you in the next one.